mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in and not getting. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here on screen. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day it'll be me. If I want it, then I get it. Hey, Dad, I regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for.
Welcome back to some more Camp Geek Squad. I am having someone animate an animated version of me, and it's not going to be ready yet. It might be a few weeks, maybe a month before it's ready, but be ready for that. Anyway, as you can tell by today's video title, it is my thoughts on the New Year's Doctor Who special. Now, it pretty much for me, it sums up most of the 13th time as the Doctor. Underwhelming. Was it alright? Yes, it was a little bit boring, not much happened. It's that just sums up most of 13. 13's first year was, if you've watched this, my thoughts on this channel before, you know that I think the first season she was bad to okay, and the season was bad, and I think her second season she was okay, and the series was okay. And I think it's because they have good ideas, I think some of the principles and some of the things they're trying to do are good things. They just don't hit it. And I think the Doctor's a bit stale, not much like the Doctor. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but she did nothing this entire episode, right? Jack helped her break out from prison. With that teleport thing, the Doctor would have found a way to rewire it to escape, but, apparently not. But Jack helped her escape. I'm fine with that, If Jack knew she was going to be there, Jack would get himself caught to save her. I can understand that. The Doctor not already escaping, I think is ridiculous. The Doctor would escape. Also, I think, ironically, the Doctor struggles more in the less technology prison, like the Tower of London. But this is what happened. The Doctor was saved by Jack, went to Earth, confronted, went to see the people, didn't know how long she was gone. They all didn't they were all annoyed, they were all being stupid about it. They waited 10 bloody months. They knew she might not survive. I mean, come on, Yaz, shut up. And anyway, enough about that. And then they went to see the Trump guy. I'm calling him the Trump guy because he's a rich billionaire who is, putting everyone at risk. About the Daleks, I love Daz, but not Daz. Yaz and Jack went to facilities, saw the Daleks, blah, 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 blah. The Doctor turned up, it was too late. The Daleks explained the plan, escaped. The only thing the Doctor did was go in the TARDIS, mope around a little, call the real Daleks, like the exterminator group, to kill them, trusted the wrong guy who the Trump guy who stabbed her in the back for some stupid reason, and then tricked them into another TARDIS going to a thing. That was smart, okay? It was a typical Doctor Who type, ex machina, something that makes sense, but it's a little bit of a cop-out. The Doctor did nothing. The companions were as dull as ever. Even Jack wasn't like Jack. Now, Jack was one of the better parts of the episode. He always is. We love Jack. But it just wasn't I don't know, Jack wasn't quite like Jack. He wasn't as flirtatious, wasn't as confident, wasn't as... Jack as you'd expect. And I can understand that if we were starting to see the transition into the face of Bo, you know, because Captain Jack is the face of Bo, or at least it's hinted that way. So if maybe he matured a little and became a little bit more, you know, like the face of Bo's personality, I could understand this, but it wasn't. He was just a bit soppy, unsure of himself. And they essentially, you know, Yaz, there's a thing with him and Yaz where they made a thing where he's like showing off, you know, to make himself look better. And yes, he does that, but I'm sorry, Yaz would be grovelling at his feet. I don't care. Captain Jack is the GOAT and he's a ladies' man. So having him fail that badly, you know, with a good lady, is that bad? When I say ladies' man, I mean he's everyone's man, you know. Male, female, doesn't matter, you know. So, it's just a bit wet. I think that's the best way to describe it, and that's what people are using nowadays. Was it bad? It wasn't bad. It wasn't like her first season. It was more like her second season. You know, you could see where it was going. You can see the idea. The trailers hyped it up, and you think, oh, this could be good. But then it doesn't hit the mark, and I think that explains most of her season. She doesn't quite hit the mark. I think the Daleks, the Daleks were done well. And I think it's some of the better Daleks we've had in recent years. I'm not sure if everyone would agree with me with that. I don't like that the Daleks, you know, wouldn't have tried to take over the Earth when they came to get the fake Daleks. I think that's a bit stupid. But I get that these are like the pest control Daleks. They come to eliminate any, you know, non-purity. And I get that. But yet again, we saw nothing. What did we see? We see some get exterminated on a bridge. And one teleport to all of them and then get killed too easy. I'm sorry. I know it wasn't real Dalek tech, essentially, on Earth. But I would have preferred it if most of the episode, instead of seeing the Doctor talking to the Trump-based dude, or in the TARDIS, or being mopey and going, oh, I'm sorry it's gone that long. I don't care. The Doctor doesn't care. We saw how the 11th Doctor reacted when he let the Amy for 10 years. He was confused, but he didn't like mope around about it, you know? Did he care about it? Yes, he was sorry. That's why he said she was the girl who waited, you know? So I think the 13th Doctor is a little bit too soppy in that aspect. And it would have been nice to see actual, you know, be on the street. It's almost getting too big for its boots, some of the episodes, you know? Where it's like, oh, epicness, epicness, epicness. But I would rather see the Daleks, both Daleks fighting each other and annihilating hundreds of people in the process, and generally see the fear. That's what it's missing now. It doesn't show you the fear of it, you know? I remember the... not the end. Was it the end of time? One of David Tennant was the Doctor. Rose came back. Jack was there. With Torchwood. And it's when Davros came back and they were making the reality bomb. It showed hundreds of Daleks and the fear everyone felt. But with this, it showed, a few people get shot, a few people scream, but that was it. But I would have rather it concentrate more on the war and the companions question the Doctor more, because normally it's like, I'm the Doctor, rah, 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 you know, and when she tells them I'm the Doctor, you know, they kind of back down, and it's why people miss Donna, because Donna called the Doctor out on his BS, and even Amy and Rory did it. It's why I liked, one of the reasons I liked Rory, is because he went through so much character growth, and he did call out the Doctor on a lot of the Doctor's BS. I think this was one of it where, yes, the original Dalek should still win, but I would have liked to have seen at least a little bit of a fight. And the companions question the Doctor, you know, did you really help that much here? Yes, those Daleks are gone, but now we've got these Daleks and more have died in the process, you know? And then how do we get rid of these Daleks, etc.? How do we stop Dalek, you know, them going back and getting, and Dalek reinforcements coming to take over the Earth and kill all those who aren't human, etc., you know? And for me, that's the problem with it, is it's missing that grittiness. It's not a gritty thing, Doctor Who, but it is missing that little bit of grit and realism that it used to have. It used to be the Doctor would sit down, watch the news, and it would be actual news presenters talking about it. And then you would see the effect on the streets. The 13th Doctor, for me, seems a bit too removed from the people that are affected. Anyway, this is more of a rant than my, like, a proper opinion, if you will. But it's just how I feel, and it's all the case. This is going to be part 1. I'm going to say part 1. I might not do another part, but if I do another part, it'll be more calm and more precise. It is late, and I need this video out, obviously, by Wednesday, and I am recovering, so I can't talk for too long. So if anything seems up with my voice, and it's not the same as usual, I am still recovering. I'm, like, mostly there, just stamina of it, and tiredness, that's the main thing. But yeah, the Percy Jackson vs Aquaman one, I'm going to have someone else edit that. It's taking too long, but we'll see.